Tony D and Little Joan, and this is your Screenwriter's Rant on the Precinct, a video game about cops doing cop things. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 17, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this is reverse GTA. Instead of committing a bunch of crimes, you're upholding the law. You're arresting people, throwing them in jail, stopping bank robberies. I think it's kind of cool. It's very street level crime. You got to try not to kill people while you're pursuing criminals in the city, driving around. And yeah, I could definitely get into this. It's a big city, big fictitious city you're driving around in. You get into shootouts with the robbers and long chases. And it's a city on the edge. Clean up the city before it's too late. I wonder if you get to be a detective. You get to do the spike strips. You know what they are? That's cool. Here he is. He's got to avenge the death of the chief of police who died on the line of duty. You get to drive a police truck at some point. Maybe there's a side mission where you tow cars. I don't know. But yeah, this looks like fun. Here's what I would like to see from a game like this. I'm not necessarily seeing it here, but maybe you are. I would like to see. It's out now on Steam. I would like to see, and by the way, it's kind of old school. It's got that background music that's just very repetitive, but it's got like a good beat to it. So it kind of just, it's kind of just there, you know, like a classic video game. So it's got a bit of a retro deal to it, which I like. But it's out on Steam, and what I'd like to see is I'd like to see the city change and get better as you clean up the crime, right? And get worse as you don't. So from a game like this, what I would love to see is different stages of the city as it gets more and more nice as you clean up all the crime, and worse and worse as you don't. And then I would like to see a different mode where you become a corrupt cop. See, that's when the crime can get out of control. And it gets worse and worse. So I would love to see 2 modes like that. I don't think this game is that complicated. I think it's just straight up cops. Here you are stopping a graffiti guy. Where are the mustaches? That's another complaint. Sorry. You need mustaches. In fact, that should be one of the modes. Pick your mustache. Like, and then you unlock new mustaches for your cop. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Joan, do you not like cops? Don't be one of those defund the police dogs, Joan. Nobody likes those. All right, let's read the write-up here. Not much of a story. Check out the launch trailer for The Precinct, an action neo-noir action sandbox game developed by Fallen Tree Games. Players will assume the role of rookie officer Nick Cordell Jr., tasked with restoring order in a city torn apart by gangs, corruption, and decay. Patrol the streets, respond to dynamic crimes, and deal with everything from petty infractions to high-stakes heists in an ever-evolving sandbox experience. The Precinct is available now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC, Steam, and Epic Games. So it's everywhere. It's everywhere, Joe. It's everywhere. But you wouldn't know that. You're too busy barking. Anyhow. Yes, would play it. There's just no movie trailers out today, so this is what I'm reviewing. But it's got a very cinematic look. You can see, very Michael Mann. You see the streets are wet. So I like that. I like that, Joe. All right, come over here. Bad dog. So yes, would 100% play this if I had some time at all to play video games, right, Joan? But I got to write a book. I got to write the Pineys. And speaking of the Pineys, tomorrow I will be at Mayfest, 11 to 4, in historic Smithville Park, because apparently the rain has disappeared. It disappeared today. Unfortunately, they postponed Sayreville I Heart Horror event today. Sorry. When it comes to weather, you got to make these calls far enough in advance for it to make a difference, right? You don't want everybody to show up in the rain and say, oh no, we got to cancel. So I don't blame them. It looked really bad from the forecast, but today is clear as a bell. 80 degrees, beautiful weather for the most part. A little too hot, but that's a shame. But they'll reschedule it. In the meantime, Mayfest is tomorrow from 11 to 4, so it looks clear. Historic Smithville Park. And then on Monday, Authors Night at the Atlantic County Historical Society in Summers Point, New Jersey at 6:30. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.